Assalamu alaikum everybody and welcome. In this video we are going to explain the basics of LabView, such as controls, indicators, arithmetic and case structure. I am Saad Bluey and I will illustrate the controls and indicators to you, and my colleagues will continue with the arithmetic and case structures. So, before starting, let me to explain you what is the controls and what is the indicators. The controls represent the inputs of the program, and the indicators represent the output of our program. So now,
okay guys, let's start our program. We just open the LabView program, and when we open it, there is two windows. The first one is called front panel and the second one is called block diagram. And to show all the windows together, you just click Control with letter T and you send them. And now we come here on the front panel and right click to add controls or indicators. After right click, you go to the numeric and choose control, or you can choose indicators, as you can read on the blue line here. And also there is more than one type of controls and indicators. There is such as vertical, fill, slide, and also knob, and also could be Boolean, like the push button and the slide switch. Also the LED is like the indicator to show the situation of the input or the control. Now, before starting or to wiring them, let me to show you something is very important. That is how to change the name of controls or the indicators. Also the numbers, because there is more than one type of numbers. It could be integer or floating number and etc. You just highlight it and go to the properties, and you can rename it from appearance. Let's rename it to control, and also you can go to the display format to make it as SI notation or scientific or floating point, etc. And here the digits of number, how many digits you want to see, 2 or 3 or 4, as you like. And right, okay. And also here, also you can rename it. You just highlight it, indicator. And now let's to connect them together. Okay. And as you can see here, the arrow come out of this box. This means this is control or input. And when the arrow goes inside the box, this means this box is indicator. And when you see this box as orange, this means the number of this is double. This could be 0.5, 0.3, etc. And you can go to the highlight it and go to the representation and change this to integer number like this, and also when you see blue box, this means this is integer. Now let's run our program. As you can see, when I put 5 here, the indicator shows number 5 because I just wired them together because there is no operation of math. And now let me to show you something different. To add these indicators, knob, and this meter to show the result of when we adjusted our knob. Now we just wire them and run our programs, and when we change this, you can see the changing of the meter or the indicator. I hope you guys get the point, and this video will be useful for you, and thank you for listening.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdullah Mbarak. I will cover the arithmetic part in LabView. One of the biggest advantage of the LabView is the different operation of math, like multiplication, subtraction, and so on. I will start basic. As you see here, 3 plus 5 equal 8. How can I do that in the LabView? Coming here and click right and the numeric and go to the numeric control and choose the one. I will write that, take that name as A, and another numeric control I will give him the name as B, and I want the result for that. I will give him the result from numeric indicator. Now I will take between them, edit. The first branch is going the A and the second is going the B, and the output the edit is going go to the result, and we'll run. I will get here the 3 and here the 5. The result is 8. Now I will remove the 2. Another example, 3 multiply 5 equal 15. Go to the LabView and just change that. I have to different about this change. The first I will go to the replace and numeric state and choose the multiply, just that, and will run. 3 multiply 5 equal 15. Now I will go to the third example, 3 multiply 5 multiply 2 equal 30. I will do that here. I will delete that and I will choose the communicated. That's for 3 or 5 or 5, 5, 6. That's here I will just 3, and here put it the numeric controller. Just I will take the C. And output. You can change that. Now for my example is multiply, but here the plus, the going the click here, right click and change mode and multiply, and I will run. The That is very easy for you. Now I will design the programming calculator for from added and plus and minus and divided and multiply. How can I do that? I will show you. The numeric controller. I will give him the plus, and here I will give him the minus, and another one is multiply, another one is divide. I will put it here, the edit, and go here. And the minus. Subtract. And multiply. And divide. The first thing is go A, the second is go to B, and multiply, same that, output over to here, and divide. The first is going to the A, second is going to the B. Now I will run. Here, if you want to change the number, every result here is a change. Thank you for attention me, and I hope understand that. Thank you. Now I will put the boolean. Come here, the boolean, the lid. I want the lid displayed when the plus more than the multiply. How can I do that? I will take here the boolean, and I will take here and comparators, and I will this page is coming here, and this page is coming here. Out on the boolean. Now we will run. See, the boolean is 28. That will the plus 6 and the multiply 5 is boolean is late. And see here, and 5 and 0 is late. But here the 7 and the multiply 10, the 10 is more, the plus you don't late. And that's what we have. And thank you for listening.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. As you see in the board, my part is about the case structure, the last point in this lesson. So the case structure, actually it's equivalent to the if-else in the C language. You have one statement or more than one statement in the if-else, but in the case structure we have one or more than one subdiagram or cases. Let's start with a small example and how to create a case structure in the lab view. Open the lab view, new VI, press Ctrl T to have the screens in the equal space. So the case structure, if you want to create a case structure, you must go to the block diagram, case structures, then case structure. Here we have the case structure label, here we have the selector terminal, and here we have, in this rectangular, the subdiagram or the case that will execute. So the terminal select which case to execute based on the value of the input of the input data. Can be boolean, can be integer, can be a string, that depends on the value you connected to the terminal. So we can say in another word, the selector terminal determines the allowed cases you can enter in the label. For example, here we have, as you see, green, which means the boolean. We have the value in the case selector label, true and false. Let's start with an example. We need a boolean, for example. This switch. I will create off and on. So we need to create a program that show the statement or the mode of the switch. So if the switch on the off mode, that means the false. I need to see off mode as a text. If it's on, and I will see on mode in the output string. We use string because we need to use a text. So call it mode of a switch of push button. So as output. So false, that means nothing happened, or off. So I will print or display off mode. Connected to the border. Need to connect it here, sorry. Then from here to the switch. Now we have the false. So if we have off mode in the input, and we will match the value here, which is false, we will execute off mode and display it in the string text. When we have true, we will print or display on mode. We just need to connect it to this tunnel, because it's already connected to the output. Now our program is ready. We can also visible ATMs and label the case structure, push button code, even it gives you advantage to label the subdiagram label or the cases, true and false, case 1, case 2. Let's run the program and see. Off, as you see here, this input match the false. As you see, off mean false, match the off mode and execute it. Then if we have on, that means we the terminal match the case selector label true and execute on mode. Also you can use another operation. For example, we need to multiply numbers if we have our on mode. So add multiplication, we add a numeric control called input, and for sure we need to use indicator to see the output. Let's change it to integer because we use just a numbers, a real number without any decimal. So just connect it quickly with multiplication, then create consonant, multiply with 5. Just connect it to it. But the problem here, I need just to do this operation with on mode, which is true. So I need to go to the false, click right on this tunnel, use a default if anywhere. So now 0, nothing happened with false. Let's run the program. As you see here, for example, off mode, nothing happened even when you change the input. But when you switch to on, always multiply the input with 5 and see it printed in the output. As you see, 3 multiply 5, 15. So the selector terminal here is on mode, which is true. match together, that's what I mean execute the on mode and multiply with 5. You have more than one option also here. You can add more than one case, add case after, add case before. Also you can change the input to the integer. I will show you quickly. As you see here, when we have a numeric, that's mean we have different data. As you see here, now change to 1 and 2 and default. You can change the default cases, remove the default and go to 1, make this the default case. You can swap the cases also. The case structure give you another option, an advantage to replace the case subdiagram or the execution inside the case without delete and copy. You have just to do a small operation. For example, now we have number of case. As you see, 0, nothing happened. One multiply with 10, 2 multiply with 5. As you see here, case 1, 1 multiply 10, which is this one. So now I want to start with multiply with 5, then 10. Stop the program, open the case that you want to replace, click right, swap diagram with case. Then now the case that multiply with 10 is 1, the case multiply with 5 is 2. So I will replace this case as you show in the square, the rectangular, which is multiply with 10. I replace it with 2. So I will swap case 1 with case 2. So as you see now, the case 2 is multiply with 10, case 1 multiply with 5, without delete anything, just small operation. That's all, or this is the most important point about the case structure. I hope it was useful and you learned something. Thank you for listening.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed. In this part I am going to show you an application for the case structure. Here we have this panel, 2 numbers, and between them a string for the operation and then the result. So now I am going to place the case structure here. As you can know already, we have 4 operational and mathematics that we're going to use in this application. So we need 4 cases. Now here we have our 4 cases, so let's start by naming them. We're going to start by add additional, and then we're going to add subtract, and multiply, and here we're going to use divide. Now we have 4 different cases, but all you know, these names are string, so we need to connect them to a string indicator. And here I have 2 different numeric control. So let's start with the case number 1, and here we're going to place the numeric addition between the 2 numeric controls we have, and the result will be connected to the result indicator. And the same thing with the subtract. Connected to the tunnel, and we move on to multiplication. We place the multiply function, connect to the numeric control, and then to the numeric indicator, and the same thing applies to divide. And here we connect this one to the result. So as you see now, the tunnel is full. That means we connected all cases. As you all know, we have to make one of the cases a default. So let's randomly choose a default case. Let's make it double. Here, when we run the program, we have to choose the numbers. Here we try 5 and 5, and I will put the operation here. As you can see, because the default is plus, it's already showed the result 10, and if I choose minus, it will be 0, and if I choose divide, the result should be 1. As you can see here, it says 1, and here multiplication, you see the result is 25. So we made a basic calculator using the case structure. If we use the light bulb here, it will show you in detail what happens inside this case. So let's switch to another case and see what will happen. Divide. As you can see, the case structure switched. Now the numbers fight each other and go to the result. And this is the basic calculator we have. In this case, you have to choose a string control, because we already put a string inside the cases here. And you have also to be careful with the placing the two numeric controls to put the numbers and the result to the other end. And now, as you can see here, it's 4 different cases. Like a deck of cards, you can only see the upper card without seeing what's behind it, but you have to go through them and shuffle between them one by one to see what's going on. And I hope this was useful, and I hope that you know something new now.